Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. In today's video I am photographing more items to sell on eBay, and I cannot tell you how happy I am that my children are back in school and I don't start for another week, so I have some time to get stuff done. In today's video I am photographing vintage linens. I love vintage linens. Like I said in the last video, they are one of, vintage linens, vintage slides. Those are like my jam. I really like those. I find enjoyment measuring them and looking through them and making sure there's no damage and stuff. I like that. So when I list these, it's fun for me. It's not a chore. So I have to figure out if I want to eat the frog or reward myself. And in our family, we always call it eat the frog, where we do the thing we're dreading the most first, and we save the thing we want to do the most for last. So we're not constantly prolonging the thing we dread. I think I threw these, I don't remember the exact order of my photographing, but I'm pretty sure I put these like dead in the middle. So I did a little eating the frog at the beginning, and at the end I did more eating the frog. But when I was starting to get fatigued, I don't know how you guys list, but when I do all the photographing first and then do like the drafts and the listings later on as I get time, because as you can tell, I'm using my dining room table and my youngest periodically pops in and out. My cat periodically pops in and out. I don't think my oldest ever comes in because he just doesn't leave his room. So I have limited time, and I will usually take an entire weekend, take over the table, and photograph as much as I can, which I'm going to have to do again very soon. I was photographing this at the end of October, beginning of November, but I am running out already. I was supposed to go to the bins in Indianapolis over Christmas break, but we all got terribly ill and were super contagious and could not go anywhere, and it started the day after Christmas. So we couldn't go to the bins. I'm hoping in the next month to get there because we are running drastically low on inventory. This is probably the lowest we've ever run on inventory, to the point that I am going through my kids' old toys and pulling out things they don't play with that the accessories sell, like Monster High, Ever After High, Rainbow High, like all of those doll accessories sell. I'm not selling the dolls because my children play with them, but honestly, the headbands, the necklaces, the earrings, the girls don't play with those, and if anything, they end up chewing on them and ruining them. So we're going through that and pulling out old toys that they're not playing with anymore. That's how low of inventory we are getting down to, which is great. Things are getting out of my house, but it also worries me a little bit because this is only the second week of January and we have like a crazy massive winter storm that's supposed to come, and I'm worried if that's coming already, we're gonna have a lot less time to be able to source. The main thrift store that I source at only turns over inventory once a month, and it becomes very hard to get that inventory. There's always lines whenever they turn it over. They turned it over the Wednesday after Christmas. So I've already been to the turned over inventory. They won't turn it over again till the end of January. And the only reason they turned it over the Wednesday after Christmas was because they wanted to get the Christmas inventory out. But I was there the Wednesday after Christmas, and I think I ended up spending around $50 on items. None of them were like hit out of the ballpark items. They're bread and butter things. A lot of athletic wear though. I don't know, whoever prices it doesn't know like actual prices of athletic wear. They price Under Armour very high. So any athletic wear that's Under Armour, that is priced high, usually around $10, which is high for this thrift store. But they had Athleta, they had Fabletics, they had Carrie Underwood's brand, like all of that for like $3.99. So I don't know if they just don't know those brands, or they only know like, Under Armour, or I mean, they had LuLaRoe priced higher than Athleta, which I was like, what? That's crazy. So Granted, it is volunteer only. People are not paid to work there, and it is volunteer. Usually more mature members of a church volunteer there. All of the proceeds go to a women's shelter. And I think they're not keeping up on brands and what's good and what's not. But I'll take it. There was a really old vintage train set, probably from the 60s there. It was in someone's garage for a very long time, to put it nicely. I probably could have sold each individual chain between about $20, but I would have had to clean them up, and I just didn't know if the profit was there. I couldn't see them all. I couldn't tell if they were damaged. Usually when it says as is, I'm really leery. Granted, they probably couldn't test it, and that's why they said as is, but I'm so hesitant to pick up anything that's as is if I can't inspect all of it. So that is the only thrift store I got to, because we all went down like one at a time, and that was before I went down, and then I went down and we didn't get anywhere. So it was just one after another getting sick. And when you have a bunch of children, you know that's going to happen. I blame the trampoline park. We went to the trampoline park to, like celebrate beginning of, winter break. Let's go to the trampoline park, and then everybody's going to get very, very sick right after Christmas. So that was fun. And it kind of killed. Like, I didn't do any inventory, so I'm behind on inventory. I haven't gotten through my tax stuff, which I've got about a month. I usually do taxes around the middle of February, because that's about the time all of our paperwork comes in. So I have tax stuff to do. I have inventory to do. I'm just running around like a chicken with my head cut off. We've decided to redesign our finished basement and rearrange it and do some cool stuff with it. I don't know if any of you is like me, where I just want to get it done. I just want to do it. I want to, it's like I've decided to do it. I just want to do it. And it's going to involve getting rid of some pieces of furniture. So I'm like, let's get them to the curb. Let's list it on Craigslist. Let's just get it out of here. Let's get it done. And all while there's going to be a snowstorm and we're all sick and all of that's going on. It's also supposed to get like -30 next week. So it's going to be so, so cold. I'm trying to get all the laundry I can done before it gets that cold. I got a new washing machine and I put that heat tape on the piping, so hopefully it doesn't freeze, but I really don't want to test it in -30 and flood my garage. That does not sound like a good time right now, because we were all sick and we're just finally getting over it. I'm doing the bed sheets. So I'm stripping everybody's beds, washing the blankets, everything, because they probably have icky germs on them. I wash everyone's toothbrushes too. And, here's a toothbrush hack. Use denture cleaner. So I will soak the toothbrushes in denture cleaner and disinfect them as best I can. Some of us will be getting new toothbrushes just because it's time. The girls, it's not time for their new toothbrushes, but for my son and myself, it's time. So I will just trade our toothbrushes out, and that's fairly easy. But for those of us that can't, or if you get sickness in your house, use denture cleaner to clean the toothbrushes. We've been cleaning all surfaces, knobs, and everything. It's just a mess. Our youngest puked everywhere over break, and bless her heart, we all have those milestones, those parenting milestones, like can feed themselves, not in diapers anymore, says first word, goes to school, stuff like that. My favorite one of my parenting milestones is can catch puke in a bucket. So when the kids are old enough to know that they're going to puke and can either get to the bathroom or get it in a bucket, that's a marvelous parenting milestone. We have not hit that. For both of my other kids, it was right around 8 to 10 years of age. So I'm not expecting it to come anytime soon, which is unfortunate. But it was a one-off, so that was great. She wasn't sick the whole day or all break. She pretty much got it out of her system and then was fine after that, which honestly, I couldn't ask for anything else for that. But now that the kids are back in school, I also have kids' activities all the time. So I am the chauffeur for the children. And like right now, I'm recording this right before I go pick them up. I think I have to leave in 10 minutes to go sit in pickup line for 5 hours. Not really 5 hours. It's only like 15 minutes, but it feels like 5 hours. But I'm just trying to get stuff done in the middle of getting stuff done. So how do I get this done? What time do I have? Can I do this while in pickup line? Can I do this while I'm waiting for them to get out of play practice, or all of any of the above? I'm such a type A person. I feel like I'm wasting time, or I'm not being as productive as I can be if I'm not multitasking. And I've always been like that. It's not just like come along as being a mom. I've always been, I need to do as many things as possible. And I don't want to start it unless I know I can finish it. But it's very hard for me. Like putting laundry in the washing machine before I take them to school. So by the time I'm done picking them all up and running errands and back at the house, I can flip it over and put another load in. All of that. I need to carpet clean our floors. I had a huge list of things I was going to do for the 2 weeks we were on break. And again, we discussed, it was literally survival. We were just laying around, off and on with fevers and everything. It was gross. We literally just stayed alive. That was our only goal over break. There were points where we were liquid only and not actually eating food. So I didn't get any of my stuff done, and now it's giving me anxiety because the kids are back in school and I am back at work in a couple days and I did nothing. And I'm trying to get everything done, which then becomes overwhelming. So I'm trying to do a little bit at a time. So I talked about eating the frog in my other video, and my middle child, she takes after me a lot and gets overwhelmed if there's too many things. So she eats the frog, or we eat the elephant. So how do you eat an elephant? You one bite at a time. So we try to break things up into smaller tasks. After we do those smaller tasks, then we're able to move on to another small task. So instead of saying like clean the table, because I'm looking at the table now and I just kind of want to break into tears, or light it on fire. I've come to that part of the frustration. But if I tell myself to clean the table, if I tell her to clean the table, we freeze. We can't clean the table. But if I say, pick up all the markers off the table. Okay, we can pick up all the markers off the table. Get all the artwork off the table. Okay, we can get all the art. So if I do individual items, and sometimes if I write it down, it's even better. So we can like check it off as we do it. I know it sounds very redundant, but having that there and that ability to do that makes it not as intimidating. Thank you for watching my video. Please like and subscribe and have a wonderful day.